What's going on, guys? My name's Christopher and welcome to It's Complicated. It is a show where I talk about and showcase wristwatches. So if you're into watches like I am, you're definitely going to want to hit that subscribe button. Check out some of the other episodes of the show after you're done checking out this episode of the show. Today, I'm going to be telling you guys the story about Rolex selling their employees their watches, what they're charging their employees their watches for. This story was told to me by a good friend of mine named Mark. What's going on, Mark? I finally remembered the guy's name. So bad with that, especially after the brain surgery. Here we go. All right, so Mark knows someone who works for Rolex, right? Now, Rolex sells some of their employees or all their employees some kind of thing going on there. He doesn't exactly know the whole story with that, but Rolex sells some of their employees their watches for half off or something, or I think it's one watch a year or something for half off from what he was telling me. Now, if you work for Rolex for 10 years, you're allowed to get one free watch. How cool is that? Any one you want for free. Now, his friend's boss, he got a Daytona for free after 10 years. So, of course, after his 10 years, he says, hello, I would like to get the Daytona for free. Now, what that guy does every year, now I'm talking about the guy looking to get that Daytona for free. Every year, when he gets the one for half off, he gets a very popular one and he turns around and he sells it because he knows how crazy the market is. So he just gets the super popular one that he can grab, and then he turns around, flips it, makes that cash. So of course, when it comes to the one he's going to get for free, he's going to get the one that he can make 30 grand off of. I mean, for some people, that is an entire year's salary. Now, like I said, the higher up he saw get the Daytona. So he turns around and says, all right, give me the Daytona. So he asks Rolex for the Daytona. Rolex turns around, says, no stock on the Daytona. I'm sorry, you're denied. So I guess the way it works is you can ask for anything as an employee after 10 years of working for Rolex, but they don't have to give you anything from working for Rolex for 10 years. So, I mean, that's fair, right? It's not amazing. I'm sure the guy wasn't happy. You work for a company for 10 years. They say you're allowed anything you want. You turn around, you ask for that Daytona. Here you go. You're going to make 30 grand, buddy. You're all excited. 30 grand. Here we go. 30 grand. Nope. Sorry. You're not getting it. So he turned... I would not be happy if I was the guy. But hey, it's a free $30,000. You know what I mean? So what are you going to do? So they asked the guy's friend, well, what do you want next? You can't have that Daytona. So he turns around and he says, well, give me a Kermit, because he just knows what things cost. He's in this to make money. He's in this to get that watch, turn around, flip it. But what he doesn't know is they don't make the Kermit anymore. They turn around and tell him, listen, buddy, we don't make that watch anymore. So no, you can't have the Kermit. So he's probably sitting there back against the wall. Well, what do I do? You know, it's over. No Kermit for me, huh? So I guess the guy's final answer at the time was just to take a Batman and flip that. And who knows, maybe I ended up getting his Batman and maybe he's the one that damaged it or whatever, and I had to get it fixed from that guy. Nobody knows. We'll never know the answer to that question, will we? But that's how hot that market is. You got people working for Rolex that know how hot the market is. They're going to sit there and you're going to get that one watch for free every 10 years of working for that company. And you're just going to do that research and sit there and go, okay, in 10 years time, I'm going to turn around and get that watch just because I know that it's worth that much money. And every year you're allowed to get one for half off. And every year you're going to turn around and go, okay, well, I'm going to get that watch at that price because I can turn around and flip it. I mean, you're talking that you could really consider a half off price working for a company is a $10,000 plus bonus. That's pretty amazing if you ask me. You know, and it's funny, something else I got to mention, Mark was telling me that the year before he tried to buy a Hulk for half off and they wouldn't sell him one because they didn't have any in stock or whatever, or not enough in stock. But then he tries to get the Kermit or whatever. Why wouldn't he try to get the Hulk? I don't understand that one. Maybe the guy just doesn't know enough about the Rolex market there doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me on that one. Interesting. And that's just how hot the market is on these items. And it's not just Rolex, right? You get some of this stuff from Omega. I mean, look at that Speedmaster going right now, the older Speedmaster. It's super hot right now. And heck, I sold that older Speedmaster. I kind of wish I would have kept it, although there's no date. All of the good ones that I have, or the luxury ones, if I guess I should say that instead of good ones, all the luxury ones that I have a date. And that is just one of the great things about collecting the good timepieces. If you kind of know what you're doing, or not even know what you're doing, if you just get lucky enough in collecting, these things just continue to rise in value. Again, going back to that Speedmaster, that thing will probably just continue to increase in price with the giant box that it came in, with the giant instruction booklet. That was a beautiful box. I kind of regret getting rid of that watch now, although no date. I love the dates on the watches. What date is it now? Boom, 30th. It's a big one for me. Now, you guys are probably thinking it's not the 30th. Yeah, I did. I'm recording this one a little early. This is September 30th. It's that early. But yeah, I will sit there and tell a friend of mine, Devin, what's going on, dude? I'll tell him how much some of these things increase in value. And he'll sit there and say, well, are you going to sell it? And it's like, no, you don't sell it. You hold on to them. It's the joy of watch collecting. You hold on to them. And he just doesn't understand the game. You don't collect something and then just flip it. That's not the fun of watch collecting. And I think a lot of the viewers out there, you guys know that that's not the fun of watch collecting, is to get something and then just turn around and flip it. Going back to that Speedmaster, I should have never got rid of it. Chronograph, I don't have a chronograph in my collection. And now that I know the big box thing is gone, and there's some regret there for sure. Some regret there for sure. But I thought you guys would appreciate my friend Mark's story. There you go, Mark. I can remember your name. And yeah, I got some health stuff going on. So the videos, between the health stuff and then trying to find different video editing things going on, I think I have mentioned this before. But I hope you guys are doing well. I do have to go sit through the comments on this channel. But hey, that is going to wrap it up for another episode of It's Complicated. I hope you guys are still enjoying the show. Still cranking these videos out just about every 2 weeks for you guys. Hope everybody's doing well. And I'll see you next time on another episode of It's Complicated.